In a realm where light and shadow intertwined, there existed a formidable knight known only as Seraphine. With striking azure eyes that seemed to pierce through the veil of darkness, she had dedicated her life to the protection of her kingdom, a land plagued by the lurking horrors of the abyss. Seraphine's journey began in a small village, nestled at the foot of the Iron Peak Mountains. Orphaned at a young age by a marauding beast from the abyss, she had sworn vengeance on the creatures that had robbed her of her family. With a fierce determination, she trained under the guidance of the greatest warriors, mastering the arts of combat and strategy. Her skill with the blade was unparalleled, and her armor, a blend of ancient metals, reflected her noble lineage while providing unparalleled protection. As she stood in the grand cathedral of her kingdom, light filtering through the stained glass windows above, Seraphine prepared for a perilous mission. Whispers of a new threat had reached her ears. A powerful demon, the harbinger of despair, was said to have awakened deep within the abyss, threatening to unleash its minions upon the world once more. The air was thick with tension as she tightened her grip on the hilt of her sword, feeling the cold steel resonate with the promise of battle. Her companions, a diverse group of warriors, gathered around her, each bringing their unique skills to the fight. There was Arik, the steadfast paladin whose unwavering faith inspired courage; Nissa, the agile rogue whose cunning mind was as sharp as her daggers; and Thorn, the sorcerer whose mastery over the arcane arts could turn the tide of battle. Together, they were a force to be reckoned with. As they descended into the depths of the abyss, the environment shifted dramatically. The once familiar terrain twisted into a nightmarish landscape filled with eerie shadows and distant roars. Seraphine led the charge, her heart steeled against the fear that threatened to creep in. Every step echoed with the weight of her past, but she was not alone. Her comrades followed closely, their presence a reminder of the strength they drew from one another. The confrontation with the Harbinger was inevitable. In the heart of the abyss, amidst swirling shadows and flickering flames, they faced the creature that had haunted Seraphine's nightmares. The air crackled with energy as the battle commenced, each warrior fighting with everything they had. Seraphine's blade danced through the darkness, a blur of silver as she struck down the fiends that dared to approach her. With every swing, she felt a surge of power, channeling the pain of her past into the fury of her strikes. The Harbinger roared, its voice a cacophony of despair, but Seraphine remained undeterred. The light within her burned brightly, pushing back the shadows that sought to consume her. Finally, after what felt like an eternity of combat, the Harbinger fell. Seraphine stood over the defeated demon, breathing heavily as the darkness began to dissipate. Her victory was not just for herself, but for all those who had suffered at the hands of the abyss. As her companions rallied around her, the light of dawn began to break through the darkness, illuminating the path back to their world. Seraphine knew that her fight was far from over. The abyss held many secrets, and new threats would arise. But with her friends by her side and the strength of her resolve, she was ready to face whatever came next.